All right, sports fans, welcome back. We've got two more Agile models to talk about. We're going to talk about them in two separate videos. These are relatively new models. One's called Lean Software Development, the other one is called Kanban. Neither one of them, I have Agile there in quotes because neither one of them is really a development model, but they have characteristics that other Agile models have been using. So let's start talking. So Lean Software Development. There's a set of principles for achieving quality. This comes directly out of Toyota's Lean manufacturing system, which is a just-in-time production system. The fundamental idea behind Lean is think big, act small, fail fast, learn rapidly. That's Mary Papendiek, who wrote sort of the definitive book on Lean in the mid 2000 aughts. LeanSoft Atlanta has a number of values, which you can easily get from the Lean System Society webpage. When you look at these online, there's a link right there. First one I love, accept the human condition, which basically means that accept the fact that we don't know everything and we make mistakes. And you develop a system that plays to that. Accept that complexity and uncertainty are natural to knowledge work. Work towards a better economic outcome, blah, blah, blah. Seek, embrace, and question ideas from a wide range of disciplines. Notice this is not just software development here. And then a values-based community enhances the speed and depth of positive change. So principles of Lean software development. Eliminate waste, build quality in, create knowledge, defer commitment, deliver as fast as possible, respect people, and optimize the whole. As we talk about these, we'll see that these are strikingly familiar to things we've already talked about in terms of XP and Scrum. So eliminate waste. The Lean guys are really, really hard about waste. And what do they think is waste? Well, meetings is of nearly any kind is waste. Setup, cleanup, and delivery of iterations is waste. Any form of communication overhead is waste. Rework or work done as a result of poor quality, bugs, is waste. So anything, as it says above, anything that does not directly add value to the product is waste. And so what Lean wants you to do is minimize or eliminate, if possible, all forms of waste. Realistically, you never do that, but they want to put it right in front of you that you should be minimizing waste as much as you possibly can. Build quality in. The principle is if you routinely find defects in your verification process, your development process is defective. So if you routinely find bugs, then you're coding wrong. So the suggestions are use test-driven development. Write the tests first. That sounds awfully familiar. Stop building legacy code. This means refactor when you can. The Big Bang release is obsolete. This is what the waterfall model does. It waits until the very end to release the entire product. That's called a Big Bang. You should use continuous integration and nested synchronization, which also sounds distressingly familiar from Agile stuff. Create knowledge. Planning is useful insofar as it builds knowledge. Learning is essential. So this is when planning is good, because planning leads to improvement in the product. So use the scientific method. Predictable performance is driven by the right sort of feedback. So you don't guess about the future and call it a plan. This is where the scientific method comes in. You have to be intentional about doing planning. Is really what this is saying. Defer commitment. abolished the idea that it is a good idea to start development with a complete specification. Again, going back to the waterfall model, you get a specification that comes out of the requirements phase, and it's supposed to be complete, and this says ignore that. That's just not going to happen, which is exactly what the Agile guys say. Same thing. Deliver fast. Lists and queues are buffers between organizations and or teams and or processes that slow things down. So eliminate the middleman basically and do short, fast iteration. Rapid delivery, high quality, and low cost are compatible. You can use queuing theory to talk about scheduling. And then limit work to capacity. This is where you're really starting to get into this lean idea. Lean is really based on this idea of flow, and flow is related to the capacity of the team. And the idea in a lean software development environment is the team should always be working at capacity but never above capacity. They should never have tasks or things that are above the capacity of the team. But you should always work as close to the capacity of the team as you can, and you should do that continuously. That's the idea of flow. We'll come back to that. Respect people, which is really empowering the team, right? Teams thrive on pride, commitment, and trust. And applause. You should always tell people when they're doing a good job. Effective leadership, respect your partners, and empower the team. Teams make decisions on design and schedule, what we've already seen in Agile stuff. And then see the whole, focus on the entire team stream. Try to think about the product as a whole, the iteration as a whole. Local optimizations can hurt the whole, so you need to be careful about those. And then deliver a complete product, not just the software. Complete products are built by complete teams. Yeah, I'm not sure I like that one. So characteristics of lean software development. I love the acronym. There's no such thing as a single lean software development process. And in blue there, a process should be said to be lean if it is clearly aligned with the values and principles of lean software development. And then down here, lean software development processes will always be evolving and uniquely tailored. So this is the idea of continuous optimization of your process. Scrum does this with the retrospective. XP does this with their planning game at the beginning of each iteration. All of these things are very similar to each other. Lean practices. So we've seen values and principles. Practices. Well, there aren't any. It's not a development process. So there are some things that organizations do that they typically do if you practice lean. One is to use flow diagrams, which is kind of like burn charts, which we didn't talk about. Remind me. We'll have to talk about that in class. And they use Kanban systems, which is also something we can talk about in terms of Scrum, which we didn't really talk about very much. So remind me, we'll talk about Kanban systems too, and flow diagrams. Small iterations, Scrum and XP do that. Daily stand-up meetings, Scrum and XP do that. Kaizen, which means continuous improvement, which is the idea of the Scrum retrospective and the XP planning game. Links for Lean SD. There's a great link at Microsoft that talks about Lean values and principles. Oddly enough, the Agile Manifesto talks a little bit about Lean stuff. And then there's this blog called hackerchick.com that has a really nice article on Agile versus Lean and what the difference is between them. That's a very good article. You should look at these. And that's it for now. We'll talk to you later.